What's up, everybody? I hope y'all having a good day. I am just like happy because of what's going on in the last few days, and you guys should know as to why I'm happy about this. Now, if you guys know about the whole Paris Agreement on climate change, then you know that Trump announced that the U.S. was going to be taken out of it. Now, we're all, who love change in the world and everything along the way. When we found out about this, we were pissed off about it, and we had to take action. Well, Hawaii did, and they became the first state to sign to make it sure that they stay on the Paris Climate Agreement. So it's a really good thing and everything along the way. Now, in doing so, they actually signed two bills to honor the climate change and everything after Trump's announcement. Now, Hawaiian Governor David Ige, I think that's how he said that he was looking forward to working with other states to fight global climate changes. Now, the two bills that were signed were one was the Senate Bill 559, which ensures statewide support for Hawaiians' green initiatives and to further the state's commitment towards to combat climate change, systematically reducing and mitigating greenhouse gas emissions to the enactment of the principles that mirror off the Paris Agreement. And the second bill was House Bill 1578, which creates a task force to help keep Hawaii's soil and air clean. So, that's a really cool thing. I would love to go to Hawaii, to go over there, learn a lot about the culture and a lot of other things as well, and just go and shake the governor's hands for what he's doing and for doing this as well. Now, several governors, along with many mayors across the U.S., have promised to do the same. Hopefully, Texas could be a part of this. If we don't have Greg Abbott, he's an idiot, so I'm gonna say that. And it's just a good thing to hear that people are taking the initiative to go out there and they say, you know what, I'm done with Trump. He's an idiot and everything else in the way, and I don't want to deal with this. And another thing that brings up about Trump and that I'm happy about is that if you guys know about the FBI director, James Comey, he got fired recently, not too long ago, by Trump because of, a few things going on. Well, recently he actually did a testimony against Trump, and y'all, when I saw it and I watched it, I was so happy about it. It was so good. Now, the whole thing spent nearly 3 hours talking about his interactions with Trump and how it was like a forced and awkward relationship defined, according to Comey, as by a series of lies. And we already know Trump lies a lot about certain things, so that's the good thing about it. Now, when he said this in his testimony, he also stated that Trump defamed both him and the FBI by saying that the organization was in disarray, that it was poorly led, and that the workforce lost confidence in their leader. Now, you're thinking, I don't know much about Comey, but, he seems like a good guy and everything else on the way. Now, when I say that, he's saying, he's a good guy. Let me tell you, there's something else with that. Now, Comey, he described his dinner with Trump before he became the elected president. And, he stated that he told the committee that when this happened, Trump demanded loyalty. And he expected loyalty in a way, somewhat. So I actually have like a clip of it, it's talking about, that kind of loyalty that Trump demanded. And so you guys should check it out, just be on the, safe side.
What we didn't know was at the same time that this investigation was proceeding, the president himself appears to have been engaged in an effort to influence or at least co-opt the director of the FBI. The testimony that Mr. Comey has submitted for today's hearing is very disturbing. For example, on January 27th, after summoning Director Comey to dinner, the president appears to have threatened the director's job while telling him, quote, "I need loyalty. I expect loyalty." At a later meeting, on February 14th, the president asked the Attorney General to leave the Oval Office so that he could privately ask Director Comey, again, quote, "to see way clear to letting Flynn go." That is a statement that Director Comey interpreted as a request that he drop the investigation connected to General Flynn's false statements. Think about it. The President of the United States asking the FBI director to drop an ongoing investigation.
Now, after watching that, you're thinking, okay, nobody's going to give you no trust, that kind of thing. But then Comey said, you can trust me. That's what I do. I give you loyalty and everything along the way. And then once that happened, Trump decides to ask him about Mike Flynn. If you guys don't know about Mike Flynn, there was an investigation talking about him talking to Russian ambassador Sergei Kislev. I can't say his last name correctly. But it was also talking about how he was leaking information about, that he was leaking information about the conversations and everything along the way, and that which led up to Flynn's dismissal as the National Security Advisor after it emerged that Flynn lied about the conversation to Mike Pence, and I don't like Mike Pence either, so just to let y'all know about that too. And that during a dinner, Trump was talking to Comey, saying that, hey, he sounds like a nice guy, he's a good thing, and you know what? I hope that you can clear this, I just hope that you guys can let go of the investigation and everything along the way. Comey looked at him. I would have looked at him the same way as Comey. He's like, I don't know what you say. And Comey said that, he's a good guy, but he won't let the investigation go. Why would you say that, along the way? And then when Trump was asked about this on June 9th, Trump said point blank, I didn't say that. You know damn well you did. Don't lie. Just don't lie, okay? Well, actually, you do lie a lot. But still, don't lie about that kind of thing. So, and when he was asking about this, talking about the whole Flynn and the whole investigation going on, Trump then tweeted about certain tapes. So, when Comey was asked during the testimony about the tapes, that's when Comey said, Lordy, I hope there are those tapes. You actually have to watch this clip, seriously watch this clip to hear him say, Lordy, I hope there are tapes. I'll kid you not, just watch it.
Here's the question. You're big, you're strong. I know the Oval Office, and I know what happens to people when they walk in. There is a certain amount of intimidation. But why didn't you stop and say, Mr. President, this is wrong. I cannot discuss this with you?
It's a great question. Maybe if I were stronger, I would have. I was so stunned by the conversation that I just took it in. And the only thing I could think to say, because I was playing in my mind, because I was going to remember every word he said, I was playing in my mind, what should my response be? And that's why I very carefully chose the words. And look, I've seen the tweet about tapes. Lordy, I hope there are tapes. I remember saying, I agree he's a good guy, as a way of saying I'm not agreeing with what you just asked me to do. Again, maybe other people would be stronger in that circumstance, but that's how I conducted myself. I hope I'll never have another opportunity. Maybe if I did it again, I would do it better.
And it sounds like, oh, okay, so there should be tapes and everything along the way. So now, along with this, Trump also tweeted that Comey gave Hillary Clinton a free pass, and that the whole Russia story was just a hoax and everything along the way. And so, Trump, he's going out there saying, yeah, Comey is a liar, you guys shouldn't believe him and everything along the way. Newsflash, we don't believe you, Trump, okay? Nobody does unless, you like him, but I don't know what to say to that. But, I will say that there were a lot of winners and losers in this. And then, you got your winners, you've got James Comey on the testimony about Trump and everything on Trump's staff along the way. Then you also have Richard Byrd, and you also have Mark Warner. So you have Byrd, who is the Republican chairman of the Intelligence Committee, and then you also have Byrd, the Democratic vice chair, who's the vice chair. And they both ran a hearing that was the epiphany, well, not epiphany, it was actually the atonement of what people want from the government. They actually want the truth out of the government and everything along the way. And they were asking good, hard questions from lawmakers on both sides to figure out what was going on and everything along the way to James Comey. And then you also have Angus King. Angus King, who was the main senator, who had the single best question for Comey in either party, for he's an independent who he makes sure that the Democrat know what's going on innocent and everything along the way. And so it's really good and everything along the way. But, I watching this again, it's just remarkable seeing all of this being said about Trump, because he really doesn't know what the hell he's doing. I'm point blank, I'm just going to tell you this. He really has no idea. So that's being said. And then you got to continue on. You got Daniel Richmond. Now, I want you guys to check out this clip real fast about how Comey said that he went to go talk to a longtime friend of his. So just look at it.
Did you show copies of your memos to anyone outside of the Department of Justice?
Yes.
And to whom did you show copies?
I asked, President tweeted on Friday after I got fired that I better hope there's not tapes. I woke up in the middle of the night on Monday night, because it didn't dawn on me originally, that there might be corroboration for our conversation. There might be a tape. And my judgment was I needed to get that out into the public square. And so I asked a friend of mine to share the content of the memo with a reporter. Didn't do it myself for a variety of reasons, but I asked him to because I thought that might prompt the appointment of a special counsel. And so I asked a close friend of mine to do it.
And was that Mr. Wittes?
No, no.
Who was that?
A good friend of mine who's a professor at Columbia Law School.
So, as you know, he said he was talking to his longtime friend, Daniel Richmond, who was also a Columbia University law professor. So, talking about the whole notes that he was taking, everything along the way. So, Professor Richmond, you're well known, so that's a good thing. So keep a lookout. And then, for some reason, Comey kept saying this phrase. He was saying "no fuzz." I was like, what does "no fuzz" mean? I mean, you gotta look at this clip that I got from it. But he was saying that a lot in his hearing, and for some reason, I wasn't clear as to what he was saying. And if you look it up on like Google, you type in "no fuzz," apparently that's the name of a van. So, no fuzz. But yeah, check this out. He just said "no fuzz," and I'm just like, what does that mean? Exactly. What does "no fuzz" mean? So, give it a look.
There should be no fuzz on this whatsoever. The Russians interfered in our election during the 2016 cycle. They did it with purpose. They did it with sophistication. They did it with overwhelming technical efforts. And it was an active measures campaign driven from the top of that government. There is no fuzz on that.
So yeah, you just look and go, what the heck does "no fuzz" mean? I bet you that's gonna be a new phrase everybody gonna be saying, like, hey bro, you got that stuff? Nah, no fuzz, bro. No fuzz, no fuzz. You just go, what? But like I said, you got winners and you also have losers. And the biggest loser of all, you have Donald Trump, because this testimony is all about you, Trump. And like I say in many of my videos talking about you, you need to get impeached along with Mike Pence. You both need to get impeached, okay? And so you have that going on. And then, Trump was, he kept saying that Comey was calling him a liar and everything along the way. But no, I don't think James Comey is a liar, sir. I really don't think that he's a liar. And then you also have Jeff Sessions. Jeff Sessions, he was actually, he was voted by Trump and Pence to represent the staff. And, if you recall back a while ago, Coretta Scott King, she wrote a letter talking about Jeff Sessions, and she really didn't want him on the Senate. She didn't want him on anything because he was so racist and everything along the way. So, but yeah, check that out. But Jeff Sessions, he, there were stories about him falling out of favor with Trump, and he offered to quit unless Trump let him do his job, and then that kind of changed once Comey testimony was a little bit about him. And, you can just see the reaction going on between that. And then you also have Loretta Lynch. If you guys don't know about the whole Hillary Clinton emails being sent out during her presidential election and everything along the way, well, apparently Lynch was a part of that. That's what Comey said. And, he said that during the 2016 election that Lynch asked Comey to refer to Clinton's email investigation as a matter when speaking about it publicly. So, Comey added that he was aware of this matter, and he was the same way that, the Clinton campaign felt about this and everything along the way. But if you have not watched this hearing or this testimony, you need to watch this. You need to sit down. You need to watch the whole thing. I know sometimes you gotta take a break, but sit down, watch this, and you will be amazed as to what's going to be said about Trump, about some of our Democrats, some of our Republicans, and everything along the way. How much we need to change our government and everything along the way. So let me know what you think about that. You know, once you watch it and everything, let me know what you think about this. You know. And let me know also what you think about Hawaii joining the Paris Agreement, or what state do you think should join the Paris Agreement along the way too. But like, share, comment, let the people know I'm out there for y'all. You know, I got your back. I love you guys and everything along the way. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. So peace out.